the meerkats have moved off the group. They actually, as you saw, they went out past the equipment heading southeast. There is still a babysitter in these burrows over here. As she did yesterday, she'll go down, come up during the course of the day. But while we're looking at meerkats, just sitting in the sand here, it was the absolute craziest thing. I've got a fairly strong interest in archaeology. I like a lot of things, but archaeology. And so while I'm sitting here running my hands to the sand, this is what we come up with. A tiny, tiny little stone flake. Okay, this is razor sharp, and that edge is insanely sharp. And this is what is known as a microlith. Lithic from rocks and micro small. So it's a small stone, but this has been actually worked. So this is a stone tool. So this has actually been worked, and you'd have to know what you're looking at. But along this top edge, you can actually see there's multiple chipping points all along this edge over here. Okay, so it's been it's been reworked, it's been touched up and reworked. And this would have been used, this is what we call late Stone Age. So this is the more recent stuff, say 40,000 years through to the present. We've got a lot of artifacts on Tswalu going back right to the early Stone Age, 2 million to 1.8 million years ago, right through to stone tools of this kind of timeline. This could even go up to 2,000 years ago. But this is incredible, and I'm absolutely gobsmacked that we found this lying out on the sand over here. The chance of actually finding something like this out here is just absolutely off the charts. So Megan has just commented that it looks like glass, and it actually is. This is very, very, very close to glass. It's got an extremely high silica content. It's actually a kind of chalcedony, so it's super hard. It flakes with razor sharp edges, and this would have been certainly moving towards the late Stone Age. This would have been the ideal material in these environments to make stone tools from. I'm just blown away that this is here. So the immediate thing that comes to mind for me is, okay, well, what else is out there? Is there a layer underneath this dune sand of artifacts? And was this dug out of one of these meerkat burrows when they're doing burrow maintenance or excavating? Or has it moved downslope? That maybe there's an archaeological site somewhere on one of these dune crests over here, and over thousands and thousands of years, just trampling and movement of game has actually moved this little artifact down here. But then I would expect to find more artifacts lying around here, which I'm not seeing. So there's maybe this was even dropped. Maybe someone was moving through this landscape. One of our ancestors was moving through this landscape and dropped this little artifact. Maybe they caught something around here and they actually chipped an artifact out, made a stone tool, prepared or dressed a carcass, and then they moved on and this was left behind. Who knows? But what stories this minuscule little stone flake can tell, I would give anything to know that. Over the coming weeks, I'm going to do my absolute best to show you some awesome archaeological sites on Tswalu. And I'd welcome any questions on that. I'm not an archaeologist, I'm not an expert in the field, but it'll be fun to try to find out and to answer questions if we get any. But it just shows the human history in these landscapes is deep and rich. And wow, that's all I can say about that is wow.